Tea time. Did you hear the story about how these supermodels, Nara and Lucky Smith, fell in love? Well, let me tell you. One day, Lucky was scrolling through Instagram and he happened to see Nara's profile page and he was like, yes, I like her. So he kept an eye on her for about a year. When he finally slid into her DMs, she was at the height of her modeling career and so was he. Lucky was 21 years old at the time, and Nara was 17. And Lucky had already had a daughter, so he didn't want to waste time playing around with women. He knew he wanted someone special. He wanted a family. When he hit her up in the DMs and she checked out his message and his profile, she was like, okay. And she immediately slid him her number. Nara knew he was a successful model, but she still had to do her little research on the internet. And she found out that he lived in LA while she lived in Australia, but that didn't stop her. The first time they talked on the phone, they were both blown away with how easy it was. They were laughing and talking, and that conversation lasted for 7 hours. They couldn't stop talking, and they knew they wanted to meet with each other, but they were both busy, so they didn't know how they would fit it into their schedules. Well, Nara found out that she would be walking in a fashion show in Milan, and when she told Lucky, he said, oh, hey, I'll be there too. So they both met up at the fashion show in Milan, and when they laid eyes on each other, Lucky said that was a wrap. He asked her to be his girlfriend immediately. They spent about 2 days together in Milan, and they had such a good time that when it was time to leave, they both knew they had to get back to each other. So he flew out to Australia to spend time with her and her family, and his plan was just to stay for 10 days. But during those 10 days, he knew he was in love, and he asked her father for her hand in marriage. And a few days later, he proposed. Lucky says when he left Australia, he was crying. He couldn't stop. He said he felt like his life was ending at the thought of not being able to be with her. And Nara felt the same way, so she booked a flight to go spend 3 months in LA with Lucky. During those 3 months, they just felt like they knew that this was it. Like they had discussed parenting styles, finances, where they wanted to head with their lives, what kind of relationship they wanted to have, and they were both so on point and in tune with each other. When it was time for Nara to leave, Lucky was like, no. He reached out to his family to tell them, listen, I have to marry Nara right now. They planned their wedding in 5 days, and as they stood in front of each other, they saw the future, the same future that we get to enjoy watching every day. And they still together.